everybody. My name is Inja. Good morning or afternoon. I know it's like 5 something in the morning here, depending on when you see this. For those of you that don't know me, what I do is every Monday through Friday on my Twitter account, which is InjaBinja85, is I do a worship song of the day every day. And it's not always a song. Sometimes I do spoken word. Sometimes I do little skits or whatever I can find that's inspirational to my family, which is you, who is my body of Christ, because I try to encourage people and give them something from a different perspective that I wish I had when I was going through whatever I was going through at the time. But just to make it a little bit more personal, what I decided to do today was give like a mini background on me and how I got to this point and how I feel like Christ and I began to really build a relationship with each other, and how important I've come to find that is so much more important than I anticipated, and I want to be able to share that with everybody. So to backtrack some, I had a really, really banging childhood. My mom is amazing, greatest mother in the world to me. My family has always been really close. It's not a whole lot of us, but we are a well tight-knit family. But even with that, it was a lot of hiccups, is what I'll call them. And I'll talk about that in other videos down the line. But it was a couple of hiccups, and my life was forever changed because of it. I didn't have the greatest self-esteem. I didn't view myself being worth the whole hell of a lot. My grades suffered. I wasn't focused on any of the right things that I felt like I should have been, and I ended up starting a nice little habit because of it. I started developing addictions to little things, not just in drugs, but codependency and relying on other people to make me feel like something, or wanting me to do something for them so that I could feel a part. Because I didn't think I was bred for much more than that. Honestly, I thought that was going to be as good as it got, and I would get as far in life as my gift of gab would get me. And going through high school was just a lot of craziness. And at 19, May 8th, 2005, I gave birth to the greatest boy in the whole world, who actually has a birthday today. So Grayson, if you see this, mommy loves you so much, and happy birthday. But it was also the day I decided that I could not be a good mother, a good friend, daughter, whatever, and still be using. So I decided that morning that I was just going to stop using, and I haven't since then. So it's 8 years of life for my son today, and 8 years sober for me, which I'm really, 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 really excited about. Really excited. But even after I got sober, I still didn't have anything to fill the hole. I thought if I got sober that was going to be it, and that my drugs were my problem, my habit was my problem, and it wasn't. I had a gap in me that I didn't feel, because I was mortified of what it was going to make me if I faced it. I always viewed myself as a monster, and that I wasn't redeemable, and that I wasn't going to be forgiven, and it really didn't make a difference at this point what I did, because how do you save that? How do you come back from that? The things I know I've done it. I know I've said that I've never admitted to anybody, but because I was there, I know it. It's like, how do you say that? And so God and I kind of had a touch and go relationship for a while because I knew He said He would love me no matter what and would take care of me no matter what. But part of me still always felt like, you don't, like, not, you don't know where I've been, because I know He did, but just the point that it was just like, it seemed far-fetched for me that I was going to be the one that He decided to save and love. And so I struggled with that for a long time. And I still did a lot of crazy, crazy things. I was in the adult industry for a while. I danced for a while. I sold things. It was madness. It was madness. And literally only by God's grace and mercy that I'm sitting here right now. I really didn't think I was going to make it to my 20s. And even once I got in my 20s, I was just like, every year, my birthday was a big deal to me because I didn't know if I was going to see another one. I really didn't. But just to prove how faithful He is, fast forward a couple months, I ended up meeting some really awesome people that are now my fam. And those of you that follow me on Twitter, you know who you are. My awesome, awesome fam. All of us decided to get together July 27th, I believe, of last year. All the ones that were on the East Coast. And that Sunday, we went to church together. And we went to a service at the Dream Center in New York, where Pastor Brad Reed is. A big shout out to Brad for allowing God to use him, because that was the first time in my life I felt God move for myself. Not like me, being raised in it and loving God because that's what my mother told me I was supposed to do, or that's what my grandmother told me I was supposed to do. It was simply because I felt something shift in me that I can't even explain. I can't explain it. It was literally like my way of thinking shifted. And not to say I got closer to Christ, so now I don't make any mistakes and everything is right and everything is peaceful. Not the case, but I think that it meant something different to me in that moment, and I can't explain why or what happens, but I know I felt something standing in that place that I had never felt before. And even with the things that I struggle with now, I think God literally made the difference for me. I don't feel alone anymore. And I don't feel, I still struggle with my self-esteem sometimes. I still struggle with feeling pretty sometimes. I still struggle with my past haunting me. Questioning my worth because of it. But what I will say is that God makes no mistakes, and that there's nothing that you've done that's so bad. Nothing. When He got on that cross and He died knowing you were going to do what you did. He knew that you were going to turn your back on Him a couple times. He knew that I was going to end up, doing all the crazy stuff that I did and having a baby young and getting tatted and doing crazy stuff. And He still loved me enough to do it anyway. And I'm not special in that regard. I didn't do anything. It wasn't because I was raised in it or I spent years in it. It's solely because He just loves us that much. I know I'm learning the lesson now where I have to understand that I can't earn His love. and I can't earn his grace. It is given to me because he just is that faithful and that loving and that merciful. And how do you not love that? How do you not love someone and want to do for someone that would give their life for you, knowing that you still weren't always going to get it right, but it's not about getting it right and following every commandment to a T. It's just about loving his work and appreciating what he's done. And yeah, yeah, it's so beautiful when you really sit and process how he loves and the way he loves and how consistently he loves. And it's beautiful. It's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. And not to push or to pry, but I definitely feel like if you haven't, I beg you, try him. He's incredible. Incredible. It's been such a life-changing experience for me, even like I said, with the stuff that I struggle with now. I don't think there's anything like his love. I don't think I would have made it here. What you see now is a recovering everything. Like, is what I am now is so night and day from what I was. It's unreal. It's unreal. So, yeah. So that's that. Me in an 11-minute nutshell, which is longer than I wanted to do it. So I apologize. But like I said, I'm going to do more videos like this in the future. I'm going to attempt to put my info in my description box, because this is my first one, so I still got to figure out how I'm going to tweak things and how everything is going to look. But like I said, I'm on Facebook and Twitter. If you have any questions, comments, feedbacks, anything you want to hear me talk about when I do my next one. But I'm at Inja, INJA, Binja, BINJA 85 everywhere. Like, if you want to find me, put that in. That's my name everywhere. Yeah, so I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day, and that I hope whatever I said when I gabbed on for so long meant something or hit a nerve somewhere or whatever. Wishful thinking, I guess. But yeah, so that's that. Until the next one. See ya.